Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome to my channel. I have a fall DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, we're going to be making this Owl Grapevine Fall Wreath. This wreath was made using items from Dollar Tree and Walmart. Okay, let me go ahead and show you how to make it. Here is a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Okay, let's get started. For this project, you're going to need one of these wood cutouts of an owl that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. And then you're also going to need some of these furniture scratch markers. You can pick these up from Dollar Tree. Now I picked up both sets. They have one set that has dark colors in it. It has mahogany, walnut, and black. And then a lighter set that has cherry, maple, and oak. So you'll need both packages. So go ahead and open up your pins. And then what I'm going to do so that I know exactly what color they are is I have a piece of white paper, and then I'm just going to go down and do some marking so that I can see exactly what colors I'm working with. Okay, so now I know exactly what colors I'm working with. And I'm going to be using these to do my owl. Okay, so this is the mahogany. I'm going to use this one to do the wings. I want them to be on the darker side. Now that works really well. Great coverage, soaks right in. Really nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side with the mahogany. Okay, I also went ahead and wrote down the name of the color so that I can keep track. Now on the body, I'm going to go ahead and use the oak marker. I really like these. They work very, very well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the little feet here in cherry. Okay, and then I'm also going to do the circles here around the eyes in the cherry. Okay, I think he's looking so cute so far. Now I'm going to take an orange Sharpie and go in and do the little beak. And then I'm going to take the black and do the inside of the eyes. Okay, Now I'm also going to use the black to go in and to do some detail work. I'm going to give him a little bit of some lines where the toes are. Give some little lines where the wings are. And then through the body here, I want it to look like there's some feathers. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of fill in the bottom part of the body, just doing little U's like that. Okay, so I went ahead and added some detail with the black marker, and I filled in the inside. I did the little feathers, and then I did them like a U down here, and then I turned them the opposite way for the top. I filled in some ears. I trimmed out the nose and added some marks, and I also trimmed around the eyes, and then I trimmed around the base and added some lines on the wings and the feet. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's nice and rustic, which is what I was going for. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I have a little bit of apple barrel white paint. I'm going to add some highlights in the eyes. Okay, so just get a little bit of the paint on your brush. And then I'm going to do one little line and 2 dots. And then in approximately the same place on the other, a little line and a couple dots. Just like that. Now that makes his eyes really stand out. So that really adds a lot to his eyes. Now, just to remind you, we used the mahogany on the wings, we used oak on the body, and I used cherry for the feet and around the eyes. I used an orange Sharpie for the nose, and then I used the black for the inside of the eyes, and to trim out, to do the ears, and to add the feathers. And then I used just a little bit of white paint for the eyes. But I think he came out really cute. Now to get him ready to go onto your wreath, you're going to need 2 pipe cleaners. I have brown, but you can use brown or black. And then I have some floral wire in black. You want to go ahead and pull out probably about 10 inches. So at the top, there's a little hole where a jute cord was to hang him. Go ahead and feed in the floral wire. Pull it together. Then you're going to pull it to the back. So one comes through the hole and one comes over the top. Then grab really close and twist. Okay, and then you'll use this to wrap around the wreath. And go ahead and we're going to attach one of the pipe cleaners down here at the bottom. And just lay down some hot glue. And then put that pipe cleaner right inside. And then I usually put some hot glue over the top. Okay, so actually you only need 1 pipe cleaner and some floral wire. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside so that the glue fully sets up before we attach it to our wreath. And you're going to need a grapevine wreath. I picked this up from Walmart. To hang it, I ran floral wire around it and made a loop, and then I extended that with some jute cord. Now my glue is fully set up, so I'm going to go ahead and attach my owl. And he's going to go right here on the side. And it's just very simple. Just go ahead and wrap the pipe cleaners around and the floral wire around and attach it. Make sure he's on there nice and secure. Doesn't he look cute? Now I'm going to go ahead and add some florals to this side. So I pulled out 2 of these picks that you can get from Dollar Tree. I pulled out 2 hop bush, 1 in orange and 1 in green. This is just some green foliage and some really pretty mums. I'm also going to be using their leaves. I really like them. All of the florals that I pulled out were from Dollar Tree. To prep your greens and your florals, on the hop bushes, you want to leave a long stem. I push the leaves all the way up as far as I can and then leave a couple inches. And then on the greenery, also want to leave a couple inches. That will help you when you are trying to glue them in. Then on the flowers here, I left about 1 inch to 1/2 inch stem and attached the leaves. So on the leaves, when you pull them off, they have this little plastic piece. Go ahead and remove that. Then on the back of your flower, right at the base of the stem, just put a little dab of hot glue. And then take your leaf, slide it right over and pull it down. Okay. For right now, I have left the picks whole. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them whole or if I'm going to cut them up yet. Now it's up to you. You can play with your greenery and everything and lay it down first before you start gluing it in if you're not sure how you want to do it. I'm going to start with my greenery that's going to be in the background. I want it to kind of come up and around this side. And then I'm going to have my these blooms more in the middle. And then the rest is going to be kind of coming out on the sides. Okay? So I'm going to start with this greenery, which it's just called foliage. And I just hit the end here, stem with some hot glue. And then I know here is the center, so I'm going to move a little bit away from the center on either side and just start to feed it in. That's why you need to leave the stems a little longer so that you can feed it into the wreath. You'll get a much better secured attachment of the greenery. I still have one piece of that which I'm going to save to fill in. Now I'm going to put in some of the green hop bush. And you can always cut your stems shorter if they're too long as you're putting them in. But I like to leave mine long just so that I have all the options. I really like the orange color on this one. I think it is so pretty. And it really kind of looks good and sets off my owl. So just go in and place in all of your florals and work in towards the middle however you want to lay them out. And you just want to keep it somewhat even. It doesn't have to be exact, but you need to keep the proportioning the same. So you don't have to have the exact number of flowers here that you have here, but you do want to keep them rather similar. Okay, so I have all of my hop bush and my greenery in. Now I'm going to start placing some of my larger flowers. And again, just run hot glue along the stem. But instead of placing them at an angle, I'm going to place them directly down into the floral. Directly down into the wreath. Now I'm going to feed in a little bit of the greenery here. I'm going to take this apart so I have more little pieces and kind of fill in. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and trim these up, separate the pieces so that I can use them. I'm just going to grab it and pull it down and cut with my wire cutters. You'll want to leave a stem on these as well. So go ahead and remove all your goodies. So I left the leaves on with the pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these. And I'm going to attach my pine cones. And I'm also going to put in these little stems that came off of the picks. Okay, and then on the berries, I left one large piece and then I trimmed off a piece off the top. I'm going to put the bigger pieces on either end. Okay, so I put in my berries. Now when you're placing your things, you want to kind of vary. So I have a pine cone on the inside, I have a pine cone on the outside, I have berries on either end, and then I have some on this side and some on that side. At this point in the wreath, what I like to do is go ahead and hang it up and look at it and see if I need to add anything else. So that's what I'm going to do. So I went ahead and hung the wreath up. The only thing that I adjusted was the placement of my owl. The way that it was hanging, the owl looked too high, so I brought him down. But other than that, I'm really happy. If you cannot find these picks that have the little white pumpkins, you can also just buy the little white pumpkins that are clips and then use some other foliage. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's craft. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. Thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone is staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I will catch you next time.